Hi, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your January 1st to the 15th, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So thank you so very much for doing so. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. We have the World card. We have the time lead. What is the time lead? This is Temperance. Okay, Temperance. We have Temperance reversed, which is also Sagittarius energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Oh, Time Lord. There we go. We have the Three of Pentacles reversed. And we have Metamorphosis, which is the death card in the upright position. So if you are born on the cusp with Scorpio or you have Scorpio energy in your chart, this comes through very powerfully. Scorpios in your life, this also comes through very powerfully during this time. So being aware of this connection of transformation for you, Libra, is going to be very much a big thing. Now, with the Eight of Pentacles reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles has come up reversed in a lot of readings for the first half of January, we can be finding it a bit difficult to get into the swing of things, to be productive. So take that as you may. You know, productivity is different for each and every one of us, right? But here it's like pay attention to the task at hand and what needs to get done. We can very easily get off track. We can very easily get caught up in the minutia of things and think, oh, this is really important. And once we talk to other people, it's going to be like, oh, I was supposed to step back from this, right? I got too close. So just being mindful of this during this time with the Eight of Pentacles reverse is going to be super important for us. Also knowing that we have to be gentler with ourselves for the first half of January. We can want to have this huge to-do list and Spirit's like, okay, that's great, but know that expect to get like half of it done, if that. You know, go more gently, be kinder to yourself, go slower during this time. It's just going to make us more productive and not feel like, oh, I haven't achieved what it is that I wanted to achieve. With the world in the upright position, we're going to be embracing stepping into the world, stepping into what we want, into what's, I want to say appropriate for us. And that doesn't mean like it has to be a certain way or it has to be staunch, but it's like I'm stepping into the world of me. I'm seeing me, I'm finding me, I'm seeing what it is that I love, what it is that I don't love, where it is that I want to be, where it is that I don't want to be. And we're going to find that we can be a little bit out of balance during this time. It's interesting because Sagittarius energy, Temperance energy, that's the other law energy, which is about truth. We can have the truth hidden from us. We can want to be super fair. We're going to be super fair. We're Libras. That's what we are. We like to be super fair with things, even if it means, and especially if it means sacrificing ourselves. If we have to sacrifice ourselves to be fair to everybody else, we're like, well, that's worth it, right? Here during this time, Spirit is really saying to us, you have to be in balance. You have to be in harmony with you. Listen to your body. Listen to your soul. There is going to be a sense here with the Three of Pentacles. We're not really going to be team players during this time, and that's okay. We can need somebody to say, hey, listen, you're getting too close to things. We can have people that we really like to listen to or that we really value their opinion. But here with the Three of Pentacles, being like, it's kind of like team sports aren't our thing during this time. It's like group activities, group projects. We're not really going to like them as much as other people are. So if you can opt to do it by yourself during this time, that's going to be more beneficial for you in the long run. With Metamorphosis, with the Death card, the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new, strong Scorpio energy coming in, we are embracing a transformation. We also are connecting with the veil. Now, the veil is between our waking world and the spirit world. We are going to have a deeper connection moving us forward, deeper insight, deeper understanding. There's a clarity to us that comes when we connect with spirit. Are we going to want to connect with spirit all the time? No, not really, actually. We're going to see it as a bit of an inconvenience, a bit of a woo-woo, like, you're supposed to be sensible and practical and have your feet firmly planted on the ground. It doesn't mean this. And spirit's like, why? Who said that connecting with our heart and the soul and kind of like the heartbeat of the earth isn't practical? I think it is astoundingly practical. I just was listening to something And it said that in 2030 and 2040, we will have more cement on the earth than we have any living being. And that's huge. And that's kind of scary. So we can sit there and say, I can connect with progress and cement and building and destroying, but I cannot connect with the heart of it, with the world of it. So you're going to see yourself very drawn to the world of things, to the heartbeat of this world, to the heartbeat of yourself, to those that you love and those that you are connecting with. It's going to be important. Yes, you're not going to be a team player. You don't want to be in the group activities during this time. You want to do things kind of on your own. But it doesn't mean you do not want to connect with those who sacredly see things the same way or have the same energy vibration that you do. That's going to be very important to you. It's not about building and creating and achieving goals that way, in the very kind of practical top-down structure sort of way. We're going to be connecting with people in a more organic way, kind of like wildflowers. I just see wildflowers growing, growing, growing all around you. And that's beautiful. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowflake in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at the beginning of February 1st. We will be putting up a video announcing the winner. So keep your eyes open for that. Do not be scammed by anybody contacting you in the comment box. It will not be me. The winner will only be announced through that video. So keep your eyes open and good luck to everyone. And if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's listed in the description box below. So let's see here what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Here we have focus. During this time, even though it can be hard to focus on, the tasks that we think, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be achieving during this time, Spirit is going to be guiding us in the focus of the heart, in the focus of the spirit world, in the focus of opening up our doors and being more authentically ourselves, like connecting with our energy without apology, without apprehension, without doubt, without fear. And there's going to be a sense here that I can really focus on my soul, myself, and the way that I need to progress forward for me. So that's going to be a fantastic thing for you, Libra. There's just that sense of focus, of insight, of determination, of really moving forward in a way that is right for you. It brings us then to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is peace, and I'm not surprised to see the crown chakra come through with peace for us. So I just heard, and let there be peace on earth. So Spirit is really saying to us, connect with peace. It is going to be bigger. It's going to be broader. It's going to be more than we imagined. So here, when we start to connect with our inner peace, saying what brings calm and happiness into my life, that is going to be a very powerful thing. And we're going to find us moving forward in that power and in that grounding of peace and in that power and grounding of love. So just knowing that peace and love, they're going to be intertwined for you, but it's going to be a gentleness. Peace isn't going to be anything with that harsh kind of edges. Like the energy vibration isn't going to have the harsh edges. It's very much like I'm hearing a babbling brook type of thing. I'm hearing a flowing of water, a flowing of ideas. And it's just a sense of embracing the calm. It will be very easy for us to embrace the chaos. Actually, we feel more comfortable in the chaos. Our world is much more inclined towards the chaos. So to tear away from that, to pull away and to say, I'm calming it down and I'm embracing the peace. That's going to be very important. We can also have something that's kind of very chaos based, showing us the peace that we want. So we'll be stepping out of a time that was really uncomfortable for us spiritually and personally, and stepping into a time that really brings a sense of focus and order into our lives because we're coming into alignment with ourselves. It's almost like you're getting your eyes checked, right? And the doctor is like, okay, this one or this one. And one, everything's a little bit blurry. And then the other one, there's just a clarity to it that yes, your eyes have to adjust to, right? But it brings a deeper clarity. It brings a deeper sense of sight as you move forward. So let's see what energy we have to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Be mindful of everything leading back to money. Be mindful of people, situations, things that lord money over you. Okay? That's not cool. Everything is interconnected. This is going to be that money means more than anything else. And this is going to have to be the energy that we need to be mindful of during this time. Now, the person doesn't have to be an earth sign energy, all right? Actually, this person can be any sign, but there's this real sense of there's an inflexibility to them. There's a harshness to them. There's a love of the almighty dollar. There's a sense of nickel and diming people that comes forward. So Spirit is saying here, hey, be mindful about this. I kind of see this as the overlord that taxes and taxes and taxes and says, well, you owe me, you owe me, you owe me. And it's that sense of never ending debt, and this can be a person who just keeps tally, keeps tally all the time. Well, I paid for dinner last time, or, this is the money that I'm putting in, that type of thing. And you're not contributing the same way. So just be mindful about this, because this person keeps score, and it's not healthy, first of all. And we're not going to like this in the long run. It's not going to be good for our souls. So that's going to be really important. It's not mooching. That's the difference. They'll make you feel like it's mooching, but it's not mooching. It's just the sense of they're always keeping score. And that's exhausting. And it's exhausting to live that way. So let's get into the astrology of this all and its correlation to the cards. So on the 1st of January, we have Mercury going direct in Sagittarius. We have Sagittarius energy reversed here. So when we're coming out of Mercury retrograde, we can feel a bit unsure of ourselves. We can have trouble focusing, and we definitely will, because that Sagittarius energy is reversed. So just be mindful about this. Be kind to yourself. Gather your thoughts. Know that the post-shadow period is in effect till the end of January. So it can be a bit of time for us to get our footing and to really feel comfortable and confident moving forward. Also on the 1st of January, we have Venus in Sagittarius squared Saturn in Pisces. Discipline can be lacking. We're a little bit all over the place. We have the 8 of Pentacles reversed, which already shows that we can be a little bit here, a little bit there. So just be mindful about this. It can be difficult to focus, even though we have Spirit saying our focus is beautiful, but it can be difficult to focus on what we feel like we need to focus on during this time. We can be much more drawn to the esoteric. We can be much more drawn to dreams and ideas. Keeping a notebook by us to jot things down would be very beneficial, or a sketchbook, however we like to interpret our thoughts. But just knowing here that it's not going to be in that, linear way that we think it should be. So being mindful about that is going to be really important as well. Be kind to yourself and do not be so demanding. On the 2nd of January, we have the moon in Virgo, trine Pluto in Capricorn. This is a great time to work on self-transformation. It really is. The world is opening to us. We're seeing more and more kind of opportunities and ideas opening. We are transforming ourselves. The metamorphosis is coming in. That sense of rebirth, stepping forward, very much that phoenix from the ashes type of analogy can be used on our spirit, our soul, and ourselves during this time. 2023 could have been a really challenging year. It was a year full of lessons, is what it was. And 2024 is, how are we putting those lessons together? How are we coming out of that crucible time? And that's going to be a very powerful thing for us. We have tremendous power and control in our lives and in what we desire, and we can really move forward in positivity. But just know, again, we're going to think, I have to focus this way. And this is going to be a time with the first half of January. Let yourself think outside of the box. Let yourself be free to imagine, like free to express, free to explore, because that's the way you're going to feel more in alignment with where you need to be, or in alignment with the prosperity that's leading you. On the 3rd of January, we have the moon in Libra, sextile Venus in Sagittarius. We feel much more grounded, we feel balanced, and we feel stabilized. It is easier to work with others during this time, but again, remember, it can be easier to work with others, but we don't like group things. So we might think during this time, oh, of course I can do this. But on this day, yeah, sure, we can work well with others. And the rest of the days, it's going to be a little bit like nails on a chalkboard. So just be mindful about this. You enjoy company, and like having people over, connecting with people is going to be great. But again, just be mindful about the day-to-day of it. Don't promise too much. Just be very, cautious. Be cautious. That'll be the best way to do it. On the 4th of January, we have Mars entering into Capricorn. It's time to get on track. It's time to get things done. We can really feel focused. We can feel determined. We're not going to be as balanced as we want to be. All right. There is a sense of seeing the truth of things or really understanding things is kind of up in the air. So do be mindful about that. We do have high energy Mars moving into goal oriented Capricorn. So that's going to be a really good thing. And we can find direction in our lives, focus in our lives. We are going to be much more practical and really connecting with important people to us. It's going to be a sense of making good connections, moving things forward, and that's going to feel very satisfying. So that's going to be a really good thing. Again, the world is opening to us, and that is powerful. The moon is in Scorpio, sextile Mars in Capricorn. Emotions can drive us into action. So just be aware of that. We're going to be very emotion driven. We will be inspired by the way that we feel. All right. And we can be kept busy with plenty of ideas and plenty of projects. So being aware of that is going to be a really good thing for us too. But just also being aware that with the emotions of things, we can go from one extreme to another. So Spirit is saying, make sure that there's balance, even though balance is a little bit tricky for us. That's why we'll go to one extreme to another during this time. So harmonizing, and really asking ourselves, what is true for me? What do I really want? What am I building towards is going to be a really good thing. Because it's kind of like each day I'm building towards a goal. I'm building towards what I desire. And that's going to be really beautiful for us. On the 6th of January, we have the moon in Scorpio opposite Uranus in Taurus. Now, impulsivity is going to be very high during this day. So we have to be mindful not just to act for the sake of acting and going for the sake of going, because that can really trip us up. We need to work through small challenges, not getting caught up in the details of things, but working through small challenges and really having a sense of completion and connection is going to be very good for us. We need to not get caught up in the chaos of things because it will be easy for us to do that. And we need to understand that there's a balance in different energies that's coming forward during this time as well, even though the different energies can be overwhelming to us, or we can want to kind of like bite off more than we can chew. On the 7th of January, we have the moon in Scorpio, trine Neptune in Pisces. Now, here we can have more understanding and empathy. There's a sense of great compassion moving us forward. We have that connection with the spirit realm. We have that connection with the earthly world. And so this can make it so that we can see two sides of the coin. We can see two sides of the story. There's going to be great compassion here, but we have to make sure that compassion doesn't eat us up. You know, the sense of, oh, I can see why that could happen, or I can see why that could be done. So just being mindful about this during this time of, it's kind of like a bleeding heart. You know, don't let people take advantage of your good nature, but let your good nature guide you. That's going to be really important. We will get great joy out of helping others, okay? And that's going to be just a beautiful thing. On the 8th of January, we have Mercury in Sagittarius squared Neptune in Pisces. Imagination can absolutely take over. We love the creativity, the insight, the ideas of things. It can be really hard to focus on the mundane, which is going to be difficult anyway. So just be mindful about this during this time. We can work on creative projects. That's going to be very beneficial for us. And we need to give our mind a break. So don't be too analytical with yourself during this time. On the 9th of January, we have the sun in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. It is time to step out of our comfort zone. We're embracing the world. We are looking for our truth, our balance, and our harmony during this time. So we can be trying a couple of things on, saying, does this fit? Does that fit? Ideas, modalities of belief, energetically, we can be looking at different things. There's just a sense of what resonates with my soul and what doesn't. We are going to be stepping deeper into ourselves during this time. We will find it, we will find the 9th of January filled with new opportunities and possibilities. We are also going to be really open to trying new things. Now, also on the 9th of January, we have Mars in Capricorn, sextile Saturn in Pisces. This is an incredibly disciplined time. Incredible disciplined energy comes forward. We can make great progress on our goals. We can see what it is, again, that we really want. There's a clarity to things. We're working on long-term plans and we're finding a rhythm. We're finding a harmony. On the 10th of January, we have the moon in Capricorn conjunct Mars in Capricorn. Energy runs high. It just does. So just be aware of this. We want to focus on what we are emotionally drawn to during this time, that sense of transformation, but also that sense of we need to find things to be balanced. We want our emotions and our practicality to be balanced during this time. We also don't want everybody's chatter, like I'm just hearing gobble gobble like a turkey, like just everybody's talking and drowning each other out to take over. We want to be able to center ourselves in the voice of spirit, in this voice of understanding. We are very enthusiastic. We are also very goal oriented. So that's going to be a very good thing for us. It's going to be a very practical thing for us. On the 11th of January, we have the moon in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. We are way more independent. We are willing to work through things, in a different way, see things in a different way, do things in a different way. We're okay, again, with stepping out of our comfort zone. We're open to the unconventional and the innovative during this time. So just being aware of this. Again, we don't want to be tripped up with what everybody else is saying. We want to try our own path, move things forward in our own way. Just be mindful, as always, we can really get caught up by thinking, oh, this detail means more than this detail does, or, really getting caught up in the nitty gritty of things. Like we could be, let's say you're knitting something or sewing something or crocheting something and the colors aren't exact. You're going to get so focused on the colors not being exact the way that you want them to be that you could scrap the whole thing and start it again like 18 million times. And spirit's like, just keep on moving forward. Nobody's going to notice the way that you're noticing. That's the best way that I can say it. All right, because that's the best way that spirit is showing it to me. It's like the colors don't match, the pinks are slightly off, or the blues are a slightly different hue, but nobody's going to notice the way that you're noticing. Also, on the 11th of January, we have the new moon in Capricorn, which there will be a completely separate video on, so stay tuned for that. On the 12th of January, we have Mars in Capricorn trine Jupiter in Taurus. This is a very, very lucky day for us. We have the ability to maximize our opportunities. We feel great about life. We feel great about ourselves. Doors are opening. We're seeing ourselves transform. We're seeing ourselves in a very different light than we had before. There's a balance to us. There's a clarity to us. There's also a sense here that I'm not going to be weighed down by what everybody else thinks. We can be very people pleasers, Libra. Okay, that's part of one of the things that we need to overcome in our own personalities, that we can really sit there and say, oh, but I want to be, balanced and harmonizing for everybody. And if everybody just likes me, or if everything is just so, if everybody's just happy, everything will be great. You can't make everyone happy. You can't. That's one of the really hard lessons in life to learn. And so here, just knowing that during this time where we're looking at things and we're saying, listen, I'm optimizing my opportunities. I'm looking at what's right for me. And that's going to be very important. On the 13th of January, we have Mercury entering into Capricorn. And this is astoundingly disciplined energy. We're working on our long-term goals and plans. We are practical, and we're really taking a practical approach to things. Remember to balance yourself. It's going to be very easy to say, I'm going to sacrifice balance in order to increase productivity. And spirit's like, why? Why are you doing this? On the 14th of January, we still have that practical energy coming into play with the moon in Pisces conjunct Saturn in Pisces. The disciplined energy continues, and we can really feel great about ourselves. We are really getting things done, and we really feel like we're on the right path. It's like, oh, okay, I see it. Like the clarity comes in. Now, on the 15th of January, we have the sun in Capricorn sextile Neptune in Pisces. Our creativity soars. Everybody's creativity just is off the charts on this day. So just be mindful about this. If you have something creative that you need to do it on the 15th of January, because it's just going to work out really well. We need to focus on creative projects and ventures. The mundane is even going to have a creative twist to it. Everything's going to have a little bit more of a sparkle to it, a little bit more of a shine, and that's going to be a really great thing. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Now, here we have mystical. Our subconscious spirit message is mystical. We need to embrace the mystical more. Everything doesn't need to have a black and white answer to it. That might be part of our personality. We might be very pragmatic people, and that's great. But letting ourselves say that some things are just mystical. I don't need to understand the whys and the how comes to understand that it feels right for me. So letting ourselves connect with that feeling is going to be very important. It moves us then to the subconscious chakra energy. And this is relationships reverse, the sacral chakra. We need to work on our relationships. Even if you think, oh my gosh, no, Dane, my relationship is super strong, super positive. Here, there's some sort of blockage in the sacral chakra, which is where our sensual energy is held, also where our creative energy is held. Connecting with that relationship, not only with other people, but how is your relationship with yourself, your spirit, your duality of the sacred masculine, sacred feminine elements of you? How is that moving you forward? That is going to be a very important thing to really connect with and meditate on during this time. Having that strong relationship with ourselves to then build and have that strong relationship with others is going to be a beautiful thing. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra, not chakra, but energy to be mindful of, and it's the Lord. Now, this is sacred masculine energy. This is also Aries energy. But remember, Aries energy is our sister sign. It is the opposite to us. And just as a sister, it can bring out the best in us or it can bring out the worst in us. So be mindful of our own polarity coming forward during this time. It can be in the form of another person, kind of testing us, pushing our buttons. It can be in the form of ourselves, questioning, looking, seeking. There is also a sense of, do I stand in what I want? Do I stand in the power of me? We can be questioning what is authoritative of myself, but what is tyrannical of myself. And we need to be mindful not to fall into the tyrannical, right? But we also need to be mindful to stand up for who we are, what we want, and how we're moving forward for us. And that's going to be a very big deal. Also connecting with the sacred masculine energy and knowing that we can be having a bit of difficulty with the sacred masculine energy. So doing the meditation of just chanting sacred masculine, sacred masculine, sacred masculine, and seeing what comes up. That's going to be very important. Write it down in the notebook. Sacred masculine energy. Or if we need to take the word sacred out of it, just to say masculine energy and see what comes up. It's like, does abusive come up? Is that like the first word that we think of? Or do we think protective? Do we think powerful or do we think, hurtful? It all depends on our journey and our story here on this earthly plane. So connecting with that energy is going to be really important for us, for how we see ourselves, how we see part of ourselves, because we're all the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine combined, and how we see the way that we're interacting with others in this world. So then we have our subconscious tarot message, and this is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is saying, listen, you've planted your seeds. Here we have the word fulfillment written on the bottom, but subconsciously it's like you're planting your seed. You've planted your seeds. You need to wait. You need to water. You need to take care of things. You're looking at, what do I want? And we're going to say, okay, this is what I want. I've decided. I've come up with it. These are my intentions for 2024. I need them instantaneously. And when we don't get them instantaneously, we can get really discouraged, overwhelmed, and angry. And Spirit is saying here, no, say to yourself, how do I nurture what it is that I deeply want and am deeply driven towards and driven to? So just being aware of that during this time is going to be a very powerful, very beautiful thing for us. Okay. All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Libra. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Happy 2024. Bye.